What's up, guys? I wanted to go over quickly the recent hostage deal that the Biden administration negotiated and executed. This hostage deal included several prisoners swapped between the United States and Russia and involved several other countries as well. Some of the people that the United States got back are Paul Whelan. He's a Marine who's arrested in Russia on specious charges, and the journalist Evan Gershkovich, who similarly was detained on, I believe, espionage charges. Who Russia got back were basically spies, criminals, and terrorists, and killers as well. For example, one of the people who was returned to Russia had assassinated a Russian dissident in another country as well. A couple of them were major hackers. So these are the kind of people that Russia got back. I think it's great that Americans are coming home, especially a United States Marine. But with that good news, we cannot ignore the cost, and that is that all these criminals and terrorists will be returned to Russia, where presumably they will resume their former activities. And that is something that could potentially threaten the national security of the United States, as well as other countries. And additionally, one of the problems with making deals like this is that when Russia sees that all it needs to do to get back its terrorists and criminals and hackers and spies is to wrongfully imprison a few Americans, then, that's quite easy for them to do. Russia is a very corrupt country. So if there's an American on vacation there, they can simply detain them, falsify charges, and hold them until the United States caves and decides to release some arms dealer, such as in the case of Brittany Griner, the WNBA player, who was exchanged for a man who's known as the Merchant of Death, who is a weapons seller. So, while it is great that some Americans are coming home, unfortunately, this deal does put America in a weaker geopolitical position, and to some extent, I believe this deal will threaten our national security, as well as the security of Americans living abroad, because it shows to unfriendly nations of the world that America is open to bargaining over hostages. That kind of activity ends up incentivizing these unfriendly nations to take hostages. So at the end of the day, this is a very nuanced deal with some positives and negatives, and we'll see how this situation turns out.